Have you ever had a fall which resulted in a fractured bone? Do you ever wonder which exercises you could do at home to prevent future falls? Keep watching this video and I'll show you some tips that I use in the clinic to help people improve their balance. Hey YouTube, this is Dr. Ben here on Physio Rising, back with another video to help you improve your knowledge and awareness for physical wellness. In this video, I'm going to address why it's so important to work on your balance as we age, and then I'll show you some exercises that I use in the clinic to help people improve their balance. Before we get started, let me first address why balance exercises are so important. According to the National Council on Aging, falls are the leading cause of fatal and non-fatal injuries for older Americans. A quarter of Americans who are aged 65 years and older have a fall each year. Every 11 seconds, an older adult is treated in the emergency room for a fall. And every 19 minutes, an older adult dies from a fall. As we age, we either use it or lose it. We have 4 primary tools that we use to balance ourselves. The first is our inner ear, or what we call the vestibular system. This system helps to tell us the difference between being upright and being upside down, even when our eyes are closed. The next system we use is our sight. Our vision helps us to balance since we can use our eyes to help us level ourselves with the horizon. The third tool that we use is a sensation on the bottom of our feet. How's the sensation in your feet? Some people have difficulty feeling the ground, particularly if you have neuropathy in your feet. This makes it really difficult to know where your feet are in relation to the ground. Lastly, there's strength. If our legs don't have enough strength to keep us standing up, or they don't have enough strength to help catch us when we lose our balance, we're most likely going to fall. Okay, now onto the exercises. First, one of the exercises that I love to use is what we call a tandem balance stance. What you do is you take one foot and place it directly in front of the other so that the heel is touching the toes of the opposite foot. See? Make sure you have something sturdy to hold onto when getting into this position. I always recommend using the kitchen countertop instead of chairs. If this is too difficult for you, feel free to widen your stance a little bit, like this. Just like that. This exercise is important because as people lose their balance ability, they begin walking with a very wide stance, or base of support. These next couple of exercises breaks down the act of walking into easier chunks, so you can work on each individual part. I'll also show you modifications you can use if the original method is too difficult. This is what we call weight shifting. You place one foot in front of the other, just as if you were taking a step. Then you simply shift your weight back and forth from one foot to the other. Notice how only the heel of the back foot comes up as I shift forward, and only the toes of the front foot come up as I shift backward. If this is too difficult, you can widen your base of support as shown, or move your feet closer together and only shift your weight a little bit. The next exercise is a progression. Here, you're going to step forward, shift your weight forward, and then step back so that your feet are together once again. Again, hold on to a kitchen countertop or sturdy table for support so that you don't fall. Try this about 10 times in a row. Next, we do the opposite by taking a step backward, then shifting our weight, and then coming back to the middle so that our feet are once again side by side. Now try this one 10 times in a row. Now, if you could do all of the above exercises very easily, you're ready for this next exercise. Now we combine the forward step with the backward step, so that the moving foot goes from being in front of the other leg to then stepping behind the other leg. In this exercise, the feet do not stand side by side. Okay, you're doing great. The next exercise helps us with those shuffling feet. As we age, a very common habit is for people to begin shuffling their feet because their body knows that their balance is gradually getting worse. A simple, functional exercise that we use in the clinic is what we call a high marching exercise. This helps us to pick up those feet and work on steadying ourselves while standing on one foot. Again, make sure you're standing next to something stable for support. Go ahead and try 5 of these on each side. Almost there. This is the second to last exercise. This is what we call a chair stand exercise. Find a comfortable chair that's stable and won't move on you. I recommend placing the back against the wall so that it doesn't slip. Your goal is to try and stand up from the chair without using your hands. If that proves to be too difficult, it's okay to start this exercise with using your hands. Now, this doesn't look much like a balance exercise, but a study performed by Boitois in 2010 showed that people over the age of 65 who were able to stand up from a chair 5 times in a row in 15 seconds or less indicated that they were at a decreased risk of another fall when compared with their counterparts who took longer than 15 seconds. Last one! Woohoo! We have standing forward leans. Why is this important? Well, let me show you. Very often, as we age, gravity has been constantly pushing us down. Over time, we tend to start leaning forward and slumping our shoulders forward. What this does is that it brings our center of gravity forward in front of our feet, which sometimes causes us to lose our balance going forward. The muscle that helps to prevent this are actually your calf muscles. Typically, they move the ankle and foot, but in this case, when the foot and heel are on the ground, the calf actually works on your lower leg, trying to pull you backward from falling forward. Stand in front of your kitchen countertop and give yourself a little space. Position your feet about shoulder width apart and slowly begin to lean forward. Your goal is to try and lean as far forward as you can and come back up without needing to use your hands to catch yourself. So, what's your experience with a fall? Do you have any comments or questions that I didn't address in this video? Comment down below. I'd love to connect with you. If you liked this video, please consider hitting the subscribe button up here so that you don't miss out on any future videos that come out on Physio Rising. Good luck and take care.